Sydney. I'm a visual arts major at the Performing and Visual Arts Magnet School, and this is my painting of a flower lily. I love visual arts because it helps me express myself in a different way than other people do on paper, and it lets me just put my emotions and my feelings and my imagination into my sketchbook. So I chose the flower lily because, as you can see, it's very beautiful. The medium I used for this painting was acrylic paint, and something you need to know is that when you paint with acrylic paint, the color dries darker, so you have to do a few shades lighter when you first put it on, so it's not darker than you actually want the color to be. And I started by drawing a contour line, and I went in with white first and drew in all the petals, and then after the fact I went in with black and I mixed it with the white to get different tones of gray, and then progressively I moved on and added highlights, and darker tones to the painting, so you can see that it's 3D. And yeah.
My name is Denise Verva from the Performing and Visual Arts Magnet School. I am a visual arts major at I auditioned a few months ago, and it's still kind of crazy to think about it that I auditioned for this school and now I'm a visual arts major. During summer bridge, over the summer, we did a Michael Jackson tribute, and I did a Michael Jackson painting. And I think I enjoyed my time painting and also with the academics too, or I think I'm really lucky and blessed to be enrolled in this school. Now I'm showing you my sketch of a still life drawing. In the beginning of the year, we learned how to contrast value with objects like a ball or plastic bottle through pencil and paper. So you would, just like the flowers, as some people already showed, you would put pressure on your pencil by doing darker lines or lighter lines to show 3D representation.
Hi, my name is Madison Miller, and I'm a 6th grade visual arts major at Performing and Visual Arts Magnet School. What I love about being a visual artist is being able to express myself not only through my feelings but on the page. The medias that I've learned about through painting this beautiful picture is the way how I can express the painting and how I can use different paints and different tones of paint to get the actual picture. This painting is a picture of a beautiful flowers. This is the picture, and that's the reference I used. And through this painting, there's different tones, as you can see in the picture. And in this beautiful piece of art, you can see how I tried to get different tones, medium tones of gray and white. And it's really hard when you're working with this kind of tones, because when you look at the picture, you want to get the exact tone, but sometimes you can't get it exact, so you have to just work with what you got.
Hello, I'm Charlotte Watson, and I'm a 7th grade visual artist. I became a visual artist because I enjoyed crafting first. I also enjoyed painting and doing other artistic things. So since I've been here, I learned how to do linoleum block printing, how to really blend with oil pastel. I also practiced more with tempera paint and acrylic. We did a bunch of charcoal pieces last year, and we also started off with 2 this year. So this is the painting that I am currently working on. It is an acrylic painting and only using black and white paint. It is a replica or a recreation of this. I chose this photograph because it was something that would challenge me and that it wouldn't be too easy to try and recreate. And I also needed help / practice on my tones and values as well as shading. All of the petals came in second to last when doing the drawing on the original paper before it was painted, and the stem came in officially last when doing the drawing with pencil first. And I started off with a black base around on the sides, and I painted the entire flower white. Then starting off with there, I used black paint to define each petal, like around in here. And then I went into grays and lighter tones and darker tones of all different grays, and I did variations of them leading out into the widest parts following the picture.
Hello, my name is Samira Boswell, and I am a visual arts major. I enjoy all of the classes that I've been in, but the one that I loved most of all was charcoal. I love how you can get more blends every time you use different types of tools when you're blending. I love how you can make different art with it, and I've heard that you can make body art with it too.
Hello, my name's Imad Adam, and I will be speaking a little bit about the tribute piece that I did on Michael Jackson. I'm a 6th grade visual arts major at the Performing and Visual Arts Magnet School. Over the summer in the Summer Bridge program, we did a tribute piece to Michael Jackson where we chose different color schemes and made the piece about him or his past or him in the Jackson 5. And then it was an interesting experience because we used tempera paint, and I'm not used to using tempera paint because I haven't really used it in other paintings before. And I really enjoyed the experience because it expanded my horizon and different mediums that I can use now. So we started a pen and ink lesson, and it helped because with stroke variation and making longer lines, because usually when I draw lines I'll just make them short and stuff, but when we started this it helped me practice, and now I can make like longer, more confident lines. And it helped when we did doodles, because the doodles helped us learn more about how we can use the lines to our advantage and how we can showcase them in our pieces. So during our lesson that we did, we learned about pen control and getting a more steady line when we're drawing. We learned about the basic strokes, like smaller lines that you can use to like crosshatch and make shadows. We learned about stroke variation, so like different thicknesses and variations in the lines that we use. We also learned about cross contour and contour lines and creating even values by using the pen to our advantage and making shades and doing different stuff with it to help us. And we also learned a little bit about Alfonso Dunn, who is a popular pen and ink artist. And we learned about Stephen B. Reddy and Albrecht Dürer.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I'm a visual arts major. In the class, we've been recently learning about pen and ink, and I feel like this is very important for what we do in the classroom because it teaches us how to use our hands steadily, which I had a lot of problems with. Also, I remember when we first came to the classes, we were working on body figure, which is something I wasn't really experienced with because I mostly drew landscapes. When I draw, I have a very shaky hand, and since we started this lesson, I've gotten better with doing straight lines, curvy lines, and different ways we can use pen and ink in other pieces of art. And I feel like if this is what our teacher is teaching us in just a few months, I can't wait for the rest of the year. And I feel like this class, if we're gonna be spending years here, I feel like by this 8th grade, some of my classmates, even me, will be considered professionals.
Hi, my name is Chanel Baxter, and I'm an 8th grade visual artist at PVM. Today I'll be talking about the last painting I did, which was of a flower using black and white. Last year in 7th grade, we did something similar with the colors yellow and brown to mix them to create shades, tints, to create shadows, to create light. And I did the same thing in this, but to a more extreme extent, because when you use black and white, it's either gray, you cannot really find colors in there. I took my teacher, Miss Rush's advice on how to hunt for the shadows, hunt for the lights, know which places were full white, know which places were a white mixed with like a little bit of black. and I found it interesting because I never thought about color, or like there could be so many different types of grays to use. And it was a great experience because I'm not very experienced with paint. I would say that I've done a few paintings, but this is one of the paintings that I'm most proud of because I think I got an outcome that I wanted.
My name is Matthew Moore, and I'm a visual arts major at the Performing Visual Arts Magnet School. I became a visual artist because I found it was very interesting the way, the way artists compose their works and how the process it took to compose them. My favorite medium is working in pencil. I actually like working in pencil. In this work of art, I used line in this, and I used form, and I used value. I put a lot of value in it. Right here, I use value. Right here is value. In line on the elephant's trunk is line for the grass, the water, the value and stuff like that. Certain places, and this is also space, so you can see like the mountain behind.
So what I'm doing right now is pretty much these, let's say these orbs really join and trying to get tone of value with this drawing and trying to get the shape of our hand with it and trying to get the right tones you want. The lesson is pretty much about tone of value and the tones we're trying to find and create.
My name is Shoal. I'm currently a visual arts student in the Performing Visual Arts Magnet program. So basically in this assignment, I started off with a line drawing, and after I finished the line drawing, I added shade to really emphasize the hand and the ornament that we were drawing with. As you can see, when you're looking at yourself in the orb, it's not really like when you look yourself in the mirror. So you can really draw it differently, and that's very different for me, starting with drawing with an orb. Another challenge was accuracy with the hand. I can see there's a lot of details that comes with the hand and the anatomy of the hand. So that can really be a struggle to deal with when you're drawing. And as you can see, the light area is on the top, the darker values are on the bottom. So I put the darker shades on the hand at the bottom, as you can see, and the lighter shades on top. The highlights on the hand must reflect the top.
this assignment was basically to do a portrait inside an orb like this. And you can have the orb in like different angles, like on the table, you can hold it in your hand and stuff like that. But in my position, what I chose to do is this. It worked for me because like I want to be a little bit different from everybody, and you know, in general, to do like something different. Challenges I had in my work was basically balance. You know, the blending, and also to make it kind of like 2D and also like 3D at the same time. So basically using this orb, like it gives like very like different perspectives, like the way how you see it. So from my eye, it can be anything from anybody like viewing it, but kind of like it made everything pretty much round, pretty much, right? And from the drawing perspective, so the highlights, basically it's almost the same thing, but I kind of like blurred out everything. So because the main focus I want you to see is myself. So pretty much that's what I did.
My name is Fatima Davila. I'm a 10th grade visual arts major. This assignment is about distortion, about like our perspective. It also focuses on tonal value, something that I have not mastered very much yet. I was really like surprised when she picked this assignment because I've never done something like this, so I was kind of scared because I wasn't sure how I was gonna do. But it turned out pretty well, if I do say so myself. This is a portrait / orb / value art piece that Ms. Beardsley assigned us to do. We're supposed to use tonal value using gradients. Right now I'm drawing the hands from the orbs because the orb is distorting the art piece. And when you have an orb that you're drawing from, everything is distorted, so you have to make sure that you have the right placement of value and tone when you draw.
My name is Ethan Hall. I'm in the 11th grade, and what we're doing today is, well, in the 11th grade class, what we're doing is a tonal value drawing of our eye. The eye is interpreted as like a representation of your soul, so like everyone had to choose something they want to place inside of their eye to use as to represent what represents them as a person. And for this specific project, we wanted to stray away from like using constant lines and instead focus on more using tonal value to represent depth and shape. So overall, this project really defines someone's character and is defined through what type of eye you wanted to draw.
We were given a lot of stuff for the project. So like we were given things like graphite powder or graphite pencils, ebony pencils, drawing pencils, like anything relating to graphite for this assignment we were given. And I'm thankful for because it lets me do a lot of techniques in my art pieces that usually it would be limited to if you were only to use one thing. My name is Alexandra Courtney, and I'm a visual arts major, 11th grader, and today I'm working on finishing my project, and it's a graphite-based one where we are trying to capture what's really in our souls through the eyes, because we're kind of like not copying, but using the expression, the eyes are the windows to the soul. So we're taking that and we're really just interpreting it however we choose. I chose to take my eye and try to go for observational drawings using value, bringing out and pushing back shape and form. And the pupil and the iris and all of that, the center of everything, is where I want to incorporate my message, which is like a puzzle box. Because what to me, it essentially means that like it holds complexity, and for some, they're not really they don't take the time to work things out or like truly find what lies at the end of the puzzle. But I think that when you do like eventually take all the twists and turns it takes to get there, it's ultimately worth it. And I think myself, it kind of represents me.
It came to pass back in those days when Caesar Augustus sent out a decree that all people should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, everyone unto his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee to be taxed, out of the city of Nazareth, into Judea, up to the city of David, called Bethlehem, with his wife Mary, great with child.
Oh Joseph, I think my time's come.
Keep it like this. Just have a second. Just have a second. Be a lighter blue right here.
I have no room. Didn't I tell you no before? Why do you come back? What do you keep knocking for? My inn is full. I've got no place for you and that woman there. This is no hospital. I keep no midwives about. I'm sorry, but there's no place for you here. No room. No, I say, no.
Did you hear about it? A woman named Mary. They won't let her into the hotel. Ain't that a shame? Yeah. Did you hear about it? Big, fine, rich place. And no room for a poor woman to have a child. Did y'all hear about it? Yeah. Ain't that a shame? Yeah. You gotta walk. Come on.
No room for Mary anywhere. No room. No room for Joseph. In all the great city of Bethlehem, no room. The night is late. The air is cold. The doors are locked. The lights are out. Good folks have gone to bed. The streets are deserted.
I can't. Oh, Joseph, I can't.
Her time is almost come. Joseph does not know what to do. And in this place, he has no friends.
Joseph, I must lay down now. I must.
Wait. Wait here. I'll find a place.
Turn the overhead lights pinkish now. Again, those like be a little bit green. Just a little bit. Perfect. Turn the overhead lights
and she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and laid him in his manger. For there was no room in it for them.
See you, man. Which number is this? Wait, try to pick it up so I can mark a silhouette. This is Miss Johnson.
Unto us a son was given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. He will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Almighty God, Everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace.
Some call him Wonderful. She's gonna call him Jesus.
Call him Jesus. She's gonna call him Emmanuel.
Some call him Emmanuel. She's gonna call him Wonderful. Some call him Wonderful. She's gonna call him the Prince of Peace.
Let's change this.
God.
silhouette. Yes. Feature of the lights on St. Joe's side of the site is supposed to be silhouette-ish. Because it's supposed to be love. Let's wait till we form a straight line. Turn the cycle more orange to an orangish color instead of red. Yeah, but I'll give you the key. Overhead light, front light, have the high sides have to be a little bit more brown.
High sides are more.
a journey far, far away. What shall I bring to give to the child?
What should I bring to the major? Should I bring a lamb? Gentle, meek, and mild. Should I bring a lamb for the child of the major? Very poor I am, but I know there is a king in Bethlehem. Should I bring to the major him? What should I bring to the major? Should I bring my heart and bring my heart to him? Yes, I'll bring my heart to the major.
And so the news spread, and the people heard, and the people came to see him, sweet little Jesus boy, sleeping in a stable among the swine.
Well tired of.
Jesus, Lord Emmanuel. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem, in Judah, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star from the east, and have come to worship him. It all began that first Christmas in Bethlehem. When a star shone above the manger. Born in the city of David was a Savior who would be called Christ the Lord.
10 documents.